streets of Moscow. New this morning, the world's biggest car maker is sounding the alarm on President Trump's tariffs. Toyota now says its profits are expected to take an unprecedented hit of nearly $10 billion. That's one of the highest estimated losses yet by a company, showing the growing cost to businesses and consumers who are feeling the pain from President Trump's tariff policy. CNN's Vanessa Yurkevich is joining us from New York right now. Vanessa, the president repeatedly boasts about all of the money the U.S. is bringing in with these new tariffs. How much has been brought in, at least so far, and just where is it going?
Yeah, well, billions of dollars have actually been brought into the United States because of all the tariff revenue that we have collected. Of course, who is paying these tariffs? It is U.S. businesses, importers, and retailers. Just look at what has happened since January, since the beginning of this year. We started out bringing in about, on average, every single month, about $8 billion in tariff revenue. But look at this line. Just a complete escalation. We're now bringing in the month of July, as reported by the Department of the Treasury, $30 billion because of tariff revenue. And here's what the president says that he would like to do with this money. Take a listen.
The purpose of what I'm doing is primarily to pay down debt, which will happen in very large quantity. But I think there's also a possibility that we're taking in so much money that we may very well make a dividend to the people of America.
So let's take the first one. Let's look at the federal deficit. Right now, the deficit is about $1.3 trillion so far this year. And so far this year, we have collected about $126 billion in tariff revenue. Let's just say conservatively that every single month going forward throughout the rest of this year, we bring in about $30 billion worth of tariff revenue. That's what we saw in July. If you add that all together, you're dealing with about $275 billion in tariff revenue coming into the United States for the fiscal year of 2025. That obviously is not going to make up the federal deficit. However, it will make a little bit of a dent. And some experts say that it is possibly a really good use of the money. The second thing that the president has suggested is a relief check to Americans. The American Worker Rebate Act was something that was introduced by Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri. This would essentially give $600 to Americans and to their children if you're making $75,000 or less. The only problem that economists see with this, and it's a big problem, is that when you give Americans stimulus checks, which we saw over the pandemic, Wolf, there were 3 of them sent out, Americans will spend that money, and that ultimately will lead to inflation, the exact thing that the president does not want to happen because of these tariffs. So none of these two things have happened yet. Money has not been put towards the federal deficit, and the checks have not been sent out yet. But these are two things that are being floated by the president of what to do with all this tariff revenue that's coming into the United States right now, Wolf.
Excellent explanation, Vanessa Yurkevich. Thank you very, very much.